I think a massive part as to what creativity is is not seeing things at face value, not taking things at face value. Like there's so many things around us that someone might just think, oh, it's just that or it's just this. They're not looking at the worth of what they're seeing. For example, a photographer, when they see things around them, they 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 see it as a lot more than everyone else. Say they're taking a picture of a bird, there's a lot more meaning to them than there is to everyone else when seeing that. They can tell a story through their photograph. Um, it means a lot more. It's not. They don't just take it at face value. They don't just think, oh, it's just a landscape, or it's just a this, or it's just a that. And they capture that to present to other people. This. There's a lot more to this than what you see. There's a lot. If a viewer was standing in the exact same spot they were, they wouldn't have seen those little details, those little things. They wouldn't have been able to tell a story with it. They would have just seen it as at face value, as nothing worthy, as nothing, no worth to it. And that's part of what photography is. It's showing, it's presenting what these creatives see, what they see. It's not just they're not just taking it at face value, and that's why photography can be art, because it's presenting how a certain mind sees certain things. But yeah, that's literally a massive part to it. It's just not seeing things at face value, and that's just as much a mindset as someone's mind. It's almost more so a mindset than a mind someone's born with. Anyone, I think, would be able to change a certain mindset so they can see more worth in everything around them. That's a massive part to creativity. For example, some people might think, oh, I'm not getting ideas for lyrics in my head if they're a songwriter. Well, people, when just in conversation out and about, people say some really meaningful things sometimes. You don't have to have even thought them. You just have to realize someone else said them and think, oh, that could be a great lyric. You don't even have to have thought it. You don't even have to have got the idea for it. If someone else says it in conversation, just think, oh, that's a great lyric. I'll write that down. And you can start building a song out of it. Like, it doesn't even have to have popped into your own head. It can be from someone else's head, and they say it in a conversation, and you can write that down. For example, one of my favourite bands, Cage the Elephant, the artist, the singer of that, a lot of the time, a lot of his lyrics come from other people saying stuff, just in conversation. Like, one of his songs is called Ain't No Rest for the Wicked. That was what someone else said. That it was like when he was working a job as I don't know what, I can't remember what it was when I looked online. But anyway, he was working in a job and someone said that, ain't no rest for the wicked, just in conversation. And he wrote that down and made a song out of it, It doesn't even have to have popped into your own head. You can just realise, oh, that could be a really good lyric, or oh, that could be a really good photograph, or and not just see everything as just the way it is. A little bit of seeing it as a bit more magical than it actually is. That's part of creativity. That's a massive, massive part to creativity. Some people, when talking about photography, they might say, oh, they're just taking photographs. It's just a photo. It's just a photo. But no, it's not, you see. It's what they see in the world, and they're showing everyone else what they see. That's part of creativity. It's expressing to people your mind, how you depict the world, how you see it. And that's creativity. In different art forms, you see, you could show to people how you see things, or your emotions, through painting or through lyrics or through photographs or through philosophy or there's multiple different art forms, and there's different ways. They're all very well linked together. They're all just different ways of expressing one's mind. That's all it is. That's why they're so closely linked together. Whether it's music, a photograph, or a painting, or philosophy, or whatever, it is all so connected. It's all really the same thing. It's just expressing one's mind in different art forms. But they are so similar. It's just different ways of expressing it. But that's the thing, yeah. It's a lot of it. I would seem to believe a lot of it is to do with mindset. I really do think that. Not all of it, maybe, but a lot of it is to do with mindset. There's multiple things that can go into it. There's believing in yourself. That's one thing. Another thing is again not seeing everything at just face value. And those two things together, if you can believe in yourself and you don't see everything in face value, take more worth out of everything you see, not just see it as, just life and just the everyday, but see more into it, be able to see it as more than it is, or even imagine it's more than it is. To be able to kind of like take a step back and think, life is fucking incredible. Like, it's absolutely nuts. And I know we're just born into this world and it's just there for us. But like, think about how complex life is. And we're just born into it. And we just accept it for what it is, But taking a step back and thinking, oh my, like, that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. And to me, seeing everything for just what it is boring. Is boring. And that's why without films, books, all of it, music and etc., life would be so much more dull. Because life is about fiction. Not life is about fiction, but that's what makes life so exciting. And a lot of that is down to not seeing things at face value. So much of it is to do with not seeing things at face value. And then I can go on to the subject of, some people thinking everything, all these new developments are just going to be impossible, they're all for example, someone says they want to do something, and a certain type of person would say impossible. That kind of person as well. They can't get anywhere. They're limiting themselves by saying things are impossible. They're just not going to get it. They can't get anywhere. They're blocking themselves off, and they're trying to block others off. Literally, this world is so surprising. Literally anything can be possible. Anything. And time should have told people that. Time should have all the developments you would have thought would have been impossible, but they're not. How people still think so much is impossible is beyond me. Nothing is impossible. Literally nothing. And that, again, it goes down to mindset again. The type of person who says, "Oh, that's impossible," they're blocking themselves off from getting anywhere, from getting any kind of success or achievement. They're blocking themselves off. Is their mindset screwing themselves over, stopping them getting anywhere? A mind that says anything is possible has so much more potential. Because if you say something's impossible, you don't even try at it. You don't even give it a chance or give it a go, which means you're not going to get anywhere with it. And then there's the type of mind who says, "Oh, I can't do that. I can't do this. I just can't do it." That's another type of mind. And that doesn't get anywhere either. You know how much perseverance goes in to the greatest of achievements. There's so much perseverance. It's absolutely unbelievable. The kind of perseverance most people wouldn't even be able to comprehend. I don't think some people understand how much some other people work sometimes. For example, Steve Jobs and stuff, to make his visions become a reality, no one would even be able to get the slightest comprehension of how much he fucking worked and how many failures he went through and, how many blockades again and again and again, and he carried on going. It's almost like a sickly mindset. It's some people may call it mentally ill. It's a mindset that just keeps on going, regardless of how much he's pushed away, no matter how much he's, beaten down, he just carries on going. And I think most people can't even comprehend how many failures someone like that goes through. It's absolutely unbelievable. So for someone to say, "Oh, I can't do that," is ridiculous. He could have at his first failure said, "Oh, I can't, I just can't do it." But he could have done it. If only someone believes they can do it, then they can do it. It's your mind getting in your way. And this is all mindset. It's all to do with mindset. You can shape your own mindset. Literally, any individual has the power to shape their own mindset. But think about this. If you say you can't do something, are you ever going to do that thing? No. If you say you can't do something, you are never going to do that thing, because you're never giving yourself the chance to, if you say you can't do it.